Hello friends, Distilled Noise here. In this video I want to show you how we can create a minimal house track using abstract sounds samples. For this purpose I want to set a constraint which consists in using just one sample pack from the label, in this case Abstract Sounds number 2, which is the Ethnic Deep pack. Also, my intention is to see together how we can use samples in a more creative way. So, not only take a bunch of loops and samples and put them together, but maybe cut some parts of the loop, change the pitch, stretch the sound in order to make it more personal. Because if someone else is using the same bass loop that you're using in your track, you will end up by having a track with the same bass line as the other guy, and that's not cool. So if you make that sample, that sound, that loop yours, you will certainly have something which is more original, fresher and newer. So let's get started. Okay, so here we have our Abstract Sounds folder. I have like 9-10 sample packs, but the one that I want to use is the sample pack number 2, Ethnic Deep, as I told you before. So every sample pack has many folders, MIDI, that I won't use because I don't use this kind of files, but mainly they are files that you can drag and drop on a MIDI track, and you have already a pattern already written down in the MIDI row, so they are pre-written pattern. Then you have the WAV files, and those are the ones that I'm going to use. So you have the clap loops, hi-hat loops, kits, and one-shots. So kits are basically all you need to make the tracks that you find in the demo. So I don't suggest to use them as they are, and here it's where the creative way to use samples come. And then you have the one shots, so in this case we have claps, kicks and percussions. I want to start from kits, and I want to find, I've seen that there are in every kit there's a percussions loop, so I want to start from one of them and build the track from it. So this is the first kit, then we have the second one. Okay, I like this one because there is a little part which is pretty steady. This part, so I'll take the sample and I'll cut from here to here. That's it. So this is the part that I'm going to use it for now, for the moment. I'm gonna create a loop. We can create a 1-bar loop, so let's join those two parts, Command J and Command L, which is the same of pressing loop here, and now this is a loop. So I think you already know this anyway. Okay, so this is the part from which we start. I'm gonna take a little bit down the BPMs. 126 sounds good to me. Okay, now we need a kick. Oh, sorry. You could go on with other kind of instrument, but I prefer to insert a kick because it gives me the tempo and the downbeat. So let's look for a kick. We go to one shots, kick. I think I like the most this one. So for the drums, I want to create a drum rack, instrument, drum rack, samples, and then I drag and drop the samples here, the sample. For the moment, I don't want to apply any EQ, maybe later, but at the moment it sounds good to me. Just 1 bar. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. For the bass line, I want to start from a loop, so we're gonna take this one, for example. This one is the one that comes with kit number 5. Of course, we want to make it personal, so I'm starting to chop parts of this one and maybe take this here. Okay, I don't want that one. I will take another part of this and let's try. So I put it here. Okay, maybe we change the pitch. All right. We can now create another line of bass. So I want to use the same bass sound, but I'll take down a little bit the volume. Oops. Okay. Also, we can use another way to create the bass line. So we start from the samples and we transform that sound in MIDI notes. So I will create a MIDI track, and I'll fit in simpler, and then I'll drag and drop this sound here. So we have the whole loop inside this simpler, and now if we can use it like a keyboard, so if we hit the keys we change the pitch of this part of the loop. Cool. So we can actually create a MIDI clip and then write down notes in the piano roll. Okay, so that's sounding pretty good. Let's see how it sounds in a loop. Okay, so for the bass line, I think it's okay for the moment. I want now to add claps, hi-hats and other percussions. So let's look for a clap loop. We'll have clap loops. So there are many. But the one that I like is this one, because I like classic sounds. So I create another track here and I'll use the loop because it's just a clap, so no need to cut sounds from this. Very cool. For the hi-hats, I think that I'm going to use hi-hat loops and cut some sounds from those loops. Okay, now here we have something that we can use, so I'm going to drag and drop this. I see here that we have different hi-hats hits with different intensities. I'm going to take the softer one, the softest one. So here it is. Okay, so now we have this hi-hat. I'll pan this on the right. Cool. And we can take another one. I'll take this, but well, maybe this we can use also as it is, because it's just one sound on the upbeat. Okay. Cool. So we have this, we have this. So I think that those ones are enough. So let's try to. Let's see. Okay, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to choose some percussions now. Really quickly, percussions. Okay, this one and this one. Okay. What else we can add? Let's hear some of those sounds. Okay, this is really close to a snare, so we can use those upbeat snares to fill the gaps between hi-hats or whatever. I like them. Woo! Cool. Okay, now it's time for pads or synth or texture. We have to add something in the background to keep the track a little bit interesting. So I'm gonna head to the kits folder and look for a pad or a synth. So this is already pretty nice. Let's try to see how it sounds. Okay, maybe we need to add some effect. So we can add maybe an autopan. Also, auto filter is pretty interesting because you can assign an envelope so the filter is moving. Okay. And EQ8, I want to take out some of the bass frequencies. Nice. So let's see if we have something else. So let's drag and drop this one here, and we can try to splice a little bit. Let's add a little bit of reverb and a little bit of delay. I don't know, let's listen for something else. Oh yes, this is the right one. So I'm gonna remove this. Okay, I want to have it really subtle, so I think that the second one, this part, is a little bit too much. So I want to take this out because we have already the delay, which is doing his part. Okay, and then I want to add again the sound, which is more which is less powerful in this part, so it's okay. Okay, let's exaggerate with the delay, and then we repeat all the sequence. Sorry, let's take this out, let's take this out. Or we can see how it sounds just with this part. Oh, eccola. Here it is. here we have the subtle part at the beginning, and then at the end of the second measure we add again this stronger part, so it's creating a little bit of movement. Okay, now I'm liking it. Also this part, I want to see what happens if I try to stretch this sound. If it sounds if it sounds good, or if it's not sounding good at all. Let's see. Well, we could alternate those two parts. Also reverb and delay. Okay, so I think that pretty much we have the track. So we want to double it and create sort of break, and then the part where the track starts. So we take out the kick. All right, move this here. Is here. Maybe we take out this part when the kick is not playing. Okay, bassline is a little bit too high with the volume. So let's take it down a little bit. Let's see. I'm not really happy about this part. Okay, and now we can add some effect to have a nice transition from the break to the main part. Also want to EQ a little bit this part. I want to take out some of the bass, the low frequencies. Okay, this is not moving as I want. Okay, so we use the BPM match. Nice. Too much for me. Okay, we could use this part from this point, for example, for the effect. And so we take this, we cut what we have before, and we reverse it. Boom. Very good. And then we reverse it again, so we have the uprising and the downrise and the, I don't know how to call it, uprising and fall. Really nice. Yeah, so that could be an idea for a piece. Of course, it's made really rapidly, so there's a lot more things that you can do. You can, for example, create effects, little glitches, like I usually do in my tracks. For example, we could take a look to this, to the original sound we used for that loop, and okay, for example, we could take this little part and maybe apply, let's see, I don't know how it could sound, but let's try. So I could apply an effect, for example, the simple delay, and I usually link left and right, and I switch from sync to time. And so before the track starts, okay, so I automate the time, this time parameter, see, from 12.7 to, I don't know, 5. This is pretty nice. No, come on. Okay, to 7. So this could be a nice idea on using parts of a loop or of a sample to create interesting effects. Okay, this could be nice for and then you can apply some chorus effect, so you have this sound that becomes more on the sides. This, I want to put this at the end before the track the loop starts again. Okay, something like this. So more or less this is it. You have this main part and this build up here, this break here. You can do an intro, so maybe what can it be? I don't know, maybe just the kick and the percussions without the bass line and the synths, so like this. Or maybe just a part of the bass line. So this is a little bit EDM, this effect. Maybe I will shorten down this part. Like this, probably sound a little bit better. I will decrease the volume. So first part, intro. Okay, let's do it. So I take this part here, we copy here, main, starting track. You start this part. And then you have the main part. So this is just an example, of course, and I don't want to make this video too long, so it's just that I want to show you what you can actually do. So this is really quickly something more like a track. So you have the intro here. You can group the bass lines, for example. You can group the bass lines in the break and add an auto filter and cut the low frequencies just in the break part. So for example, like this, you automate the auto filter in the break part. Automate the volume of the pod. And this is a track that it's all made with the samples from just one sample pack from Abstract Sounds, and also it's just some of the samples in the sample pack, so the possibilities are so much. What I'm really suggesting is to try to make samples and loops yours. So who make the sample packs don't want you to use them as they are, but they want to give you ideas, they want to give you tools to use to make music, and this is what Abstract Sounds is doing, and I really like the samples that they're producing, and I really have a good time making music with them. So check them out. Okay, so thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you having some inspiration and understanding how you can use samples, and have a good time making music. Cheers.